As soon as I finished speaking about marriage equality, this major civil rights victory, I had to go to South Carolina to address a group of people still reeling from this horrific act of violence and racism.
Overnight, this historic church, which has played such a symbolic role in the struggle of African Americans, was the scene of prayers and of vigils.
Hearing about the violence in Charleston, in a church no less, where parishioners were gathered to pray, was just so incredibly devastating. It just stopped you in your tracks.
So we hustled to join Base Andrews to head down to Charleston. And on the way, I thought a lot about Reverend Pinckney, about what he'd stood for, the work he'd done as a leader in his state, fighting for justice and equality. My challenge as president is, how do I express grief and heartbreak over this tragedy while still offering a sense of hope? How do I persuade people that even in our darkest moments, the never-ending quest for equality and justice is worthwhile? I begin to think about the families of the slain during the shooter's arraignment who had said to the shooter, "We forgive you," conferring grace upon this person who's done this terrible act.
This whole week I've been reflecting on this idea of grace. The grace of the families who lost loved ones. The grace that Reverend Pinckney would preach about in his sermons. The grace described in one of my favorite hymnals, the one we all know.
I've got all the clergy behind me as I'm delivering this eulogy. And as I get to the point where I'm talking about amazing grace, I feel moved to try and sing it. I'd thought about it before, but I wasn't quite sure whether I could pull it off. And that's why you can see a little bit of a pause before I start singing.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
I knew that if I just hit the first bar, then the organ was going to come in behind me. The clergy would stand. The congregation would join in. That it would no longer just be about my voice, but it would be about all of our voices together, lifting each other up.
That day with the families who lost their loved ones was so heavy, so sad, and yet it was somehow so hopeful. It wasn't just that Barack gave a great speech. The spirit of those families in the face of such tragedy lifted us all up.
It was their strength, not my strength, that I was relying on. It was their grace that then bathed me in grace.